It's the Herbert Dennard, the Herbert Dennard Show. It's the
Leon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Dennard. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How long have you been a coroner?
I've been in the coroner's office 34 years. I started in the coroner's office October 1990, part-time. I was part-time coroner, full-time EMT at the medical center, Central Georgia, or Atrium, or whatever the name of it this week. I retired from the medical center 19 years ago. I was the first elected in 2004. I was elected 04, re-elected 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. The first black coroner of Bibb County. Of course, nobody wants to talk about that because everybody's scared of dead people. You know, you get these things, first black this, first black judge, first black this. Nobody never say anything about the first black coroner because nobody wants to talk about dead people.
Leon is the first black coroner.
Well, nobody wants to say anything until they need my signature for a $50,000 insurance check. Then everybody knocking my door down. But at any rate, I got that from Bobby Clark. At any rate, I've been in the office since 1990.
How many people have you had to go over there and you see them make dead?
I've seen over 10,000 dead bodies. That's a combination of 32 years in the EMS and 34 years in the coroner's office. So that's 66 years of working with the sick, dead, and injured. Any kind of body you can imagine, Mr. Dennard, I've seen it. Burned up, cut in half, decapitation. I've done it all.
The people that you've been seeing lately, the people that have been killed, give me some of the reasons why they was killed.
I believe, my own opinion is, I believe it's a domestic. I think a lot of them are domestic issues, and I don't believe a lot of them are gang related. Not this year. I really don't. I don't have this. This is just my opinion. I haven't talked with the investigators, but most of them are domestic issues.
Husband killing the wife, and the wife killing
boyfriend, girlfriend, stuff like that.
They catch somebody cheating or something like that?
Or they just don't want to be bothered with them and they just can't handle rejection. Men are very territorial. They can't handle rejection like women can. They just can't handle it. I had a young lady call me this morning. She's going through a divorce. She want me to check, see whether her husband has a warrant out on him. When you're the coroner, Herbert, everybody in Macon Bibb are your constituents. I do everything from warrants to get people trash moved. People call me because their trash has been picked up. And I do. I'm an Ed D4. You remember Ed D4?
I know Ed D4 well.
You could call Ed D4 regardless of what district you live in. But being the coroner of Bibb County, everybody's my constituents.
Okay. I'm wondering, so many people killed, most of the people killed, are they young people or old people?
It's a mixed, but I can tell you this, most of them are black. And I've been saying that for years. I started my Stop the Killing campaign prior to COVID. I want to say 2019. As you can see behind me, I have 3 campaigns, okay? I have my Stop the Killing campaign, I have the Comply with the Police campaign, and I have my Stay Out of Jail campaign, which I filmed a couple of months ago in a jail uniform on Sunday morning with handcuffs on.
What do you say? You say young people, old people? Is it men killing women or women killing men?
It's a variety, okay? It's a variety. It's not a certain age. Now, having said that, it's us. The majority of it is us. We got very few white people that has taken other white people's lives this year. Very few. Okay. We do have maybe 1 or 2, and one of them was an accident. Okay. It's ruled accidental. Okay. But it's us. And I've been saying that for years. And if you look at Facebook, I've been attacked several times about talking about black on black crime, but I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, the stats says its own self. This
How many,
guy told me. This guy called me a racist because I talk about black on black crime. I've been called a lot of things, but a racist ain't never been called. But that's his opinion. He's entitled to it. This still America.
how
Okay.
many people killed this year so far?
So far we have 19 people killed. Now, having said that, one of the guys that killed his stepson, he was not indicted. Let me be clear. The grand jury declined to indict him. Okay. And another one was justifiable. This guy had just killed a young lady at the Family Dollar, and the sheriff department killed him behind Rose Hill Cemetery. But you know, the definition of a homicide is one life taken by another. That's the Georgia law. I didn't make the law. I didn't write the law.
So I know you've been having signs up. I've been saying with the Walk Away program.
Yes, sir, I got it right here. Walk away.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. Just walk away. Started by none other than the great Herbert Dennard.
You and I was in the jail.
Absolutely. That's right.
Talking to the inmates.
That's right. On Wednesday. On Wednesday.
And I need you to come back again.
Not a problem.
And we see a lot of people there in jail for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, yes, sir, we do.
And it's a lot of different people trying to bring violence down, and I think we've been successful.
Sure, we have. I mean, we you got the MVP program, you got the Walk Away Initiative program, my Stop the Killing campaign, you got the Rise program with the district attorney, and you got the Chance program. It's a combination.
Right.
We discuss that. It's not just one entity that's bringing the crime down in Bibb County. This is our city, okay? And as a leader, you know me, because you was one of my advisors while I ran for coroner in 2004. You know me. You know me very well. I don't play the race card. I don't point the finger. I don't play the blame game. I do what I can as a leader to help decrease the murder rate and the crime. Not only the murders and the homicide, I try to keep violence down, period. Just like my commercials about staying out of jail. When you got two women, okay? I mean, these are professional women, Herbert. These guys, let me tell you something. These women got a state license, okay? One of them is an RN and one is a dental hygienist, okay? And they arguing over a man. They arguing over something that you can buy at Xmart or either Starship. No, it don't make sense. And the stress level, okay, as my commercial stay out of jail, it puts a financial, physical, and mental stress on your loved one. Because I know for a fact, I know a young lady right now, this young lady's in jail. She has to work. She's running 2 households. Can you imagine Herbert running 2 households? You got 2 sets of bills you got to make. You got your house, then you got your daughter's house that you got to keep up. Okay. Now, having said that, her boyfriend is nice enough to pay the car note because it is a 2024 Mercedes. And I ain't talking about a baby Mercedes. I'm talking about an E350. He's paying the car note and she's still in jail. Now, her mama works at night. She got to make sure the grandchild is fed, got to make sure the child is carried to school. Now, you know, in this day and time, Herbert, you can't leave children just anybody. You know that, Herbert.
That's right.
So it puts a mental stress on your loved one. Do what's right and stay out of jail. Nobody's perfect, okay? My late mama taught me, watch the rocks that you throw because your house is full of glass. I did more drag racing on the street than anybody, okay? Okay, so nobody's perfect, but you need to do what's right and stay out of jail.
But what do you do? And you heard this before. If you go home and you catch somebody else in your bed, a man in your house, how do you react to it? Some people believe they got to shoot somebody.
Herbert, let me tell you something. You're no less of a man or a woman to walk away. You hear me? You don't make, let me tell you something. Let me be clear when I say this, because I've seen this before. You're no man, you're no less of a man or a woman to walk away because you're going to jail. Okay, you're going to jail. They're going to catch you. They're going to catch you. Okay, and let me tell you something. A TPO, it ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Let's be honest. Now, you know, you and I have had some disagreements on guns. Okay, you got your opinion, I got mine. I respect yours, and you respect mine. But a TPO ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Look at that Gwinnett County sheriff that got killed last weekend. All right, she's a Gwinnett County sheriff. She had a TPO out. He killed her and then shot her son. Okay, the problem I see, Herbert, the problem I see is some men, I don't want to use a broad brush, some men just can't handle rejection. They just can't handle it. And they want to kill the woman. Now you got us. When have you known us? I can remember Ada Smith did a sermon one time in Macedonia. He said, it was several years ago, he said, as black people, we have more material things now than we ever had. We got yachts. We got Learjets. We got multiple cars. We got vacation houses. Now we are taking our lives. And not only are we taking our lives, hell, we killing everybody in the house now, Herbert. Look at Houston County. Houston County, I think they up to 15 homicides. And majority of them are domestic. You got one guy kill everybody in the whole house. You got one guy in Houston County, he killed 4 generations. He killed a 70-year-old, a 50-year-old, or 30-year-old, and then he killed a 2-year-old child. Okay? Not only are we killing our rejection partners, we're killing ourselves. Okay? They're murder-suicides. They had one in Millersville 2 weeks ago, September 12th, where a guy, and she got a special needs child, killed the girlfriend, then killed herself. It don't make sense, Herbert. It don't make, I done went through a divorce. Okay? It don't make sense. If somebody don't want you, let them go.
Absolutely.
Let them go, Herbert. Let them go.
That was a homicide here in Macon where a woman was looking for a parking space and she couldn't find it. And she went around the block and went around the block. And she finally found the parking space. And a young guy, when she backed out the back end, a young guy with a Coroner Toyota slipped into that space and took her space.
Right.
She called her boyfriend at home. He came down there and killed the guy.
And killed him. Okay? And mind you, over a parking space.
Right.
Over a parking space. And mind you now, we'll see Jesus before he see daylight. Okay? Let's be honest. And I saw Facebook yesterday. I don't know how they do it. I guess they're getting phones inside the prison. They had a Facebook post yesterday, had 2 inmates at Calhoun State Prison. I don't know where Calhoun is at. I think it's in Wilcox County. One of the inmates is begging for help. Help us. They've been out there all day long. Okay, he's in prison. Okay? Let me tell you something. They don't care, Herbert. You are an inmate. They don't care. Okay? I'm simply saying stay out of jail and stay out of prison.
Too many lives have been lost on the streets of Middle Georgia. Names, faces, futures that will never be lived. Sons, fathers, brothers, gone too soon. Mothers like Darlene Clark are bearing a second son to gun violence. Children are losing parents. Inmates are losing hope. The crisis is deeper than numbers. It's a spiritual wound in our communities. Some say, violence doesn't affect my neighborhood. It doesn't touch my family. It's not my problem. And some don't want to get involved. So we turn a blind eye. We scroll past the headlines. We change the channel. But eventually, it hits home. Every person on this screen had a name, had dreams, had people who loved them. They deserved to live a full life, but theirs was cut short. And maybe you're thinking, what can I do? I'm just one person. But one person is exactly how change begins. For over 3 years, the Just Walk Away initiative has been working to make our communities safer, one life, one lesson, one step at a time. Founded by Herbert Dennard and built with the support of community leaders like Elaine Lucas, Henry Ficklin, Pastor Larry Dunning Jr., Pastor David L. Stanley, Judge Bill Adams, and Justice Verda Colvin. This movement is powered by people who care, who show up, and who speak truth. There are many more, and there are many more to come, including you if you're ready to stand with us. We don't need more hashtags, we need action. We need community, we need accountability from all of us. To every single mother or father doing their best, we see you. You are the backbone of this fight. Let's teach our kids that real strength is walking away from violence. Because one more name on a tombstone is one too many. Join the Just Walk Away initiative today. Real talk, real solutions, real change.
What we do, we try to encourage the inmates while they're in jail to get a GED. We have found out that when something happens when they get a GED while they're in jail, their whole mindset changed. They accomplish something that they didn't do all of their life. So we are doing that and talking to them and encouraging them when they get out. The key thing is we're trying to put together a team of people. I'm looking for deacons and people like that.
Right.
They get out of jail that we work with them. They don't just get out of jail and go where they've been going, but they have a partner with them they be in communication with to encourage them to find new friends, two things, go to church, and the third one is the first, get a job.
Right.
Get a job. Right. They have courses at Central Georgia Tech, teaching people welding, truck driving, and computer work, all kinds of things. Most of them can get in jail, get in the place free. So we doing all of that. A lot of them are listening. Some of them are doing it, but too many, when they get out of jail, they mess around, just like you said earlier, and they go back to jail for something small and sometimes something big. But they go back to jail in a very short period of time, within a year or so. I was talking to the people this morning and I found out what we had. We had one person in jail that had been there 10 times. We got to change that whole thing. And it's going on right now. We're trying to encourage people to walk away from this. And when they get out of jail, to go get a job.
Herbert, let me ask you this right here, because what happened to the work release program under the late Jerry Modena, where people that was in G-Wing is at low-level violators, okay? We call that G-Wing, all right? That's the building across the street from the car wash, from Friendfield, okay? G-Wing. What happened to the work release program where you went to work in the daytime and came back to G-Wing at night? What happened to that program?
They had it, but they had some people would go out and try to smuggle drugs back in. I know one or two cases that happened.
Well, that's easy. That's a remnant of that problem. All you gotta do is search it when they come back in. It's just like, let me tell you this right here. If someone in the Bibb County Jail has a loved one that's at a funeral home and they in jail and they want to view the body, Bibb County Jail would carry that person to that funeral home so they can view their loved one. All right. When they get ready to go back into jail, they would search that person because they had an incident at a local funeral home where a family member put some marijuana in the casket. Okay. All right. So if you can search when you go back, if you can search on you when you go out, search when you go back in. That's not a big deal. You're being searched anyway.
Right, but sometimes they had some guy, the person I'm talking about, he had it in the shoe, under his heel on his shoe, that he had put some stuff in there and he got it out and gave it to somebody. And he got caught.
So you got one incident shut down the whole program?
I don't know if it was one incident. That's one incident that I knew about. Right.
Because I just want to say,
I'm with you, but the thing is, we need to do something to encourage people when they do something, they get out and they go back in. We need
Exactly.
people to become their friends, become the advocate, to work with them. If you don't, the tendency is that they will go back to do and meet some of the same people that they was hanging with before they went in, and they end up back in jail.
Exactly. It's just like drug rehab. You can go all the rehab you want to and find and get clean. But if you get clean and go back and associate with the same people, you're going right back to rehab.
So the plan is that when the people get out, that we have contacts with them. I'm going to the churches and try to find one deacon at each church to become part of that team to work with some of these inmates when they get out of jail. That's to stop them from going back in. To be a friend of, almost like citizen advocacy.
Right.
You work with people that got some problems and you be their friend.
Correct.
Everybody need a friend. Everybody needs somebody that believe in them. When you believe in somebody, it kind of changes something within them. When they see you believe them. I met a guy that was in jail the other day. And when I talked to him, I was going to my office. And he saw me and he ran across the street and started telling me the things I was doing, how I helped him and everything else. I said, tell me, where are you working? He said, I haven't been to work yet. He'd been out 4 months.
And hadn't got a job.
The first thing, but we don't have to, when I start talking to him and telling him what he could do and how I was disappointed in him, a grown man had tears rolling down his eyes. He said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it. You know, but you've been in jail for several months. You get out. I'm not making excuses for them. They get out. Then they take off and get out and just relax and get with their old buddies and celebrate and drink a beer or smoke something. And next thing, they put it off to another day. They put it off to another day. We got to do this as a community.
Right. Yeah, it's just like, it's what you said. What you say all the time. My sister just said it. It's a mindset. Herbert Dennard said that. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. And I you know, I have a hard time figuring out. It's like a revolving door. And I give you a prime example. You know, for like 14 years, I've been transporting people on New Year's Eve to keep the DUIs off the street. 7 months ago, I started running one van on First Friday. One van, free of charge. Of course, Monroe County Reporter looked at the rental fee from Enterprise, asked me what that van was, and I told them to keep DUIs down in Bibb County. First Friday, I was running one van all night long, free of charge. Anywhere you want to go in Macon. Wouldn't nobody call me. Wouldn't nobody call me. I think I had 5 trips. But the very next day, Mr. Dennard, what's on Facebook? DUI, 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 DUI. DUIs everywhere. I don't understand it. If you got someone willing to transport you anywhere in Macon, free of charge, why don't you utilize the service? If you want to pay me, buy a homeless person a meal. I say the same thing when I was unlocking cars. I don't charge nothing. You want to pay me, buy a homeless person a hamburger or something. Nobody would call me, so I stopped it. I stopped it. I stopped renting the van. And as usual, the next day, so-and-so, DUI. You know, let me say something, Herbert. I was in a conversation yesterday with my best friend, Willie Williams. We've been friends for 47 years, retired from the fire department. We was talking about poverty. If you got money to get locked up, get your car towed in, and get burned out of jail, it can't be that much poverty in Macon Bibb. I'm just going to be honest with you. People are talking about poverty and Macon Bibb. If you got enough money, get locked up, get burned out, get your car towed, and pay an impound fee and a storage fee, it ain't that much poverty in Bibb County, Mr. Dennard. Because what they're doing don't make any sense.
It don't make any sense, but it's poverty. But some people make bad decisions. I was talking to the inmates one day, and I said, if you got some money, what would you do? If you was making this money, they would buy an expensive car. A lot of them say they will. These are poor people. One of the women said they get a hairdo, get the nails, and everything else. And what they be doing. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. If you do that, if you save some money, if you get in trouble, you can bail yourself out. It's something I
Well,
don't do. Most of the people in jail are single.
well,
Very
you
few
know,
people are in jail.
yeah, I just don't understand the fact that you got a person that would transport you anywhere free of charge,
They don't think
and
about that
you don't utilize a free service.
because they got to go pick up their car the next day and they don't feel like doing that. They might call you the next day and say, my car's over there where I left it. Can you pick me up? You know,
Yeah.
at some
Well,
people, you
I
got to
tell-
be responsible.
I don't have no problem on New Year's Eve though. We roll all night long. we don't have no problem on New Year's Eve. We roll all night long till everybody's home and safe.
Okay, we're going to be taking a break. This is the Herbert Dennard Show. We're back. We was gone for about 10 years, but we're back and we're going on a video podcast. It can be seen on YouTube and other places. But we'll be right back.
Hi, this is your voice, Elaine Lucas, and I'm just encouraging you that when things get on your last nerve, when people just push you to almost at the end of your rope, you've still got to outthink that person. You've got to live for another day so that you can continue to improve this community. So when things push you to the very edge, don't go off that edge. Just think about it and walk away.
We appreciate you stopping by for
I
the
don't.
return of the Herbert Dennard Show, which is going to be a video podcast and watched on YouTube and on the Herbert Dennard camera. This will be watched. And we do this every Wednesday with a different person and different things going on in the community and try to keep the community informed. We appreciate you coming by and appreciate your experience. Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to thank you for what you do. And what I say, stay out of jail, comply with the police, and stop the killing.
Appreciate you and see you next week.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
It's the Herbert Dennard, the Herbert Dennard Show.
Thank you for watching the Herbert Dennard Show. For more information on the Just Walk Away initiative, follow us, like and share our content. Lock in with us. Join the initiative by following us on all social media platforms. Search Just Walk Away, middle GA. Special thanks to Coroner Leon Jones for all his hard work for Bibb County and helping us combat violence in our streets.